get up and go. You are being given a call to action. You are being invited to step out of yourself and to go and do something you probably never did before. We're all being called to go forward, step by step, in our journey of life. And God is calling us to be someone special to Him and to those around us. We were called to be followers of Him and of His word and of His actions. And what we must do is we must go forward and get up and go and do what He asks us to do. And you can say, well, what do I know that God is asking me to do? I have no idea. He's not going to come down and in a cloud and give me a written scroll like He gave Moses on the 10 Commandments. How do I know when God speaks to me? Well, first of all, God speaks to us in the signposts of our life every single day. And we just have to learn how to interpret and read those signposts. But we can't read those signposts and make them valuable to us unless we take some time out of our life to be quiet and to listen to what He has to say. Because we have all this noise in our life. We have all this distraction in our life. And everything is taking us away from the silence and the quiet that we need to hear what God is speaking to us. There's a story in the Old Testament of Elijah. He wanted to hear what God was speaking to him too. And so he goes to a mountain. And when he gets to the mountain, he finds a cave. And he goes into the cave and he waits. And there's an earthquake and the earth shakes. But God was not in the earthquake. Then there was thunder in the heavens. But God was not in the thunder. Then there was fire in the sky. But God was not in the fire. And Eliezer waits. And then he heard a gentle breeze. And then he knew that that was God speaking to him. And you know, we have to be attuned to that gentle breeze that comes into our life when God speaks to us. But if we're not willing to be alone, to take some time out, to be quiet, we're going to miss the breeze. And we're going to get stuck in the earthquake and the fire and the thunder. And we're not going to hear what God has to say to us. But when God does speak to you, you will know it. Because when He speaks to you, you will get a gift of peace like you've never had before. And you will know that you are held in the palm of His hand. And you will know that no matter where He calls you to go, you will be at peace. And you will say, well, how do I know where He's going to send me to go? He gave us the sign. He gave us Jesus, who was the way, the truth, and the life. And Jesus showed us how to live. He lived the life of kindness, of goodness, of truth, of beauty, of transparency, of love of His Father and love of His neighbor. And that's what He asks us to do. And we're being called to action, to get up and go, and to be that Christ-like person that we were meant to be. Not for ourselves only, but for those around us who is called to be the light of the world to them. So we're all being given a call. The question is, how do we respond? And do we listen to what God has to call us to so that we can follow Him and be the image that He wants us to be and the gift that we are, that He made us to be, not just for ourselves, but for others. So, when you hear the call to action, yes, get up and go.